1, 2, 3.
I see a shape moving across the water. I don't know if I should run or stay, but I think I should do what I ought to, lend my hand to the test today. Waiting on a wave, a beautiful wave to wash this stain away. Working on a way, a better way to move our country to a better day. I see a land shining in the sun. It keeps on pushing till it gets things done. It's a long road, but you know we walk it. Talk is cheap. You gotta walk it like you talk it. Walk it like you talk it. Waiting on a wave, a powerful wave to wash this stain away. Working on a way of love over hate to move our people to a brighter day. Yeah, yeah, waiting on a wave. Oh yeah. We've been through hell and hardship, change sweeping the land. You know we're better than this. United we stand. We stand. So come on now, let's put the past behind us. Move this old jalopy down the highway. It's a hard turn we're making for the nation, cleaning up the mess for the next generation. Waiting on a wave, a big blue wave to wash this stain away. Working on a wave, a beautiful wave to move our country to better days, better days, better days, better days, better days. Waiting on a wave, we're waiting on a wave. Oh yeah, waiting on a wave. Oh. And the rainmaker came to town, and the people got what they wanted. The rainmaker came to town, and everybody got what they need. Oh yeah. Well, the people wanted power and reputation galore. So they became a bunch of bullies in the assorted sizes war. And they sailed around the global block looking for some heads to knock. And most of them came home heroes, heroes in a box. And the rainmaker came to town, and the people got what they wanted. The rainmaker came to town, and everybody got what they need. The rain came falling down, cats and dogs and buckets, and the rainmaker sailed away on a flood of relief. Well, the people wanted beauty and prettiness and all. So they stretched and they dressed and they made up and put mirrors on every wall, till they all went blind from eye strain, from the thing they wanted most. Now everybody's so isolated, a good-looking bunch of ghosts. And the rainmaker came to town, and the people got what they wanted. The rainmaker came to town, and everybody got what they need. The rain came falling down, cats and dogs and buckets, and the rainmaker sailed away on a flood of relief. Hey, hey, hey. Well, the men just wanted to watch TV. The girls can't spell and the boys can't read. The women just wanted their food to keep, instant potatoes and rubber meat. The men just wanted a steady job. Now they got to pay the union mob, and everybody wanted to be free. Laws and rules would keep it that way. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Well, everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be warm and be loved and liked and wanted and have some kind of home. But keeping it is work, but leaving it is tough. But destroying it's the easy bit. We all got the magic touch. And the rainmaker came to town, and the people got what they wanted. The rainmaker came to town, and everybody got what they need. The rain came falling down, cats and dogs and buckets, and the rainmaker sailed away on a flood of relief. On a flood of relief. Now sail away, oh sail away. And the rainmaker came to town again. So y'all might have heard rumors that the Rainmakers are going to play out at Knuckleheads on December the 14th. And that rumor is true. And 3 weeks ago, we didn't even know we were going to do that. So, you know, life can just like, all of a sudden it's like, oh, that, okay, we're going to do that. And I am really excited. It's been a good week, you know. It's been a good 24 hours, right? So, yeah, announcing the Rainmaker show, and it is sold out already. Which is like kind of good and kind of bad. I really hoped everybody that wanted tickets would get tickets. But, we've done the best we could, folks. But yeah, you know, back in 1988, 89, I decided that the Rainmakers were over. And then 3 years ago, we decided the Rainmakers were over. I don't know, that son of a bitch just won't go away. Just keeps coming knocking on our door. Everybody's talking about the way it used to be yesterday, but I'm hoping for tomorrow. Everybody's talking about the time but I'm living for tomorrow. These kings ain't learning from the past, think their reign will always last, but change is coming for tomorrow. So let them go and try to draw a line of hate dividing you and I. We'll be rising up tomorrow. Ooh, I'm tired of standing down, feet planted on this ground. Aren't you tired too? We could change it all right now, tear all these statues down if we really wanted to. What will we do? Everybody's standing in this storm as the future flips and forms. We're all hoping for tomorrow. Every dreamer, hoper, and defender, all the names that you'll remember, will be coming round tomorrow. I'm tired of standing down, being punched and pushed around. Aren't you tired too? Ooh, we could change it all right now, tear these foolish walls on down if we really wanted to. What will we do? What will we do? What will we do?
Written by my favorite songwriter, my daughter Una. So before I chicken out, I'm going to play you a new song. Because the longer I wait to do it, the more likely I'm going to chicken out. You know, I'll write a new song and I'll practice it and practice it and practice it. And then I have to come up here and screw it up really bad one time, get that out of the way. So pray for me, folks. So I've talked to you about my kind of love-hate relationship with traveling. I have been lucky in that I've gotten to travel a lot. I had never been on an airplane until I was 33. I'd never even been on an airplane. And then suddenly, me and the Rainmakers were on airplanes a lot. One time, there was one winter after our first record came out, and it was released a few months later in Europe, and so things started cranking. Within a period of about 4 months, we flew back and forth to Europe about 6 times. We racked up so many frequent flyer miles that I had enough points for 2 first-class tickets to Hawaii. So I got my 2 first-class tickets, and I wasn't married at the time, and I was living kind of wild, and and so I decided I was going to take this woman I was dating to Hawaii. And as the date got closer and closer, I realized I'm going to be trapped on this island with this woman. And so I gave my tickets to my brother Rex. So he and his wife got to go to Hawaii first class. Now the trouble with first class is free drinks. So they had to fly from Kansas. In those days, it was Kansas City to St. Louis, and then St. Louis to wherever else you were going to go. Rex was like, free drinks? He was sick before they got to Los Angeles. But at least I wasn't trapped on that island, you know? But I will not complain too much. We got to travel to some amazing places we never would have seen if we had not been playing music. We got to take a sledgehammer to the Berlin Wall when it opened. You know, the places that music and travel put us into, I will be forever grateful. It certainly opened up my eyes to the bigger world. But because we were always like hauling shit, you know, guitars and drums and stuff, and you have to be here in 3 hours, or you know, it was just always madness. And no matter what time the gig ended the night before, particularly in Norway, whatever time the gig ended and you finally got to bed, that train was leaving at 6 o'clock the next morning. Always. So, you know, it was just, my experiences with travel were just laden with anxiety. So that being said, I was thinking about that last week, and I really, the last time I was on an airplane for any kind of like musical thing was a couple years ago. And I was just thinking about, how do I get over that? How do I get past, you know, having so much anxiety about travel? And I haven't figured it out yet, but well, I'm working on it. But I also thought about how travel is a nice metaphor for where we are right now, you know, where we feel, we at times we feel lost, and at times we just not really can't quite get our bearings, and we can't quite get home again. So this song is trying to capture that feeling. One of the loneliest feelings in the world was flying back home at night, and you know, the sun would go down, you're getting in the plane, and you're flying maybe for hours in the dark, and it was just, even though maybe you were headed home, it was still just the loneliest feeling, and you just felt like you weren't ever going to get there. So this song is about trying to kind of capture that feeling, and it's called Fly By Night Airline.
Sleep beside the lighted aisle, your hand upon my knee. I jerk awake, I heard you say, relax, it's only me. I think I'll order one more drink. I dreamt I was homeward bound. The flight attendants looking sad, the internet is down. 600 miles of moonlight, another day behind, as we chase the sun across the international date line on this fly-by-night airline. I don't tell nobody nothing. I don't let my secrets slip. I only let them see what I want them to see. Know when to zip my lip. I always think before I speak, and twice before I write. They fooled me once, but not again. There's no connecting flight. 600 miles of moonlight stretching out behind. 1,000 more to the nearest shore. I hope we land on time on this fly-by-night airline. I don't tell nobody nothing. I don't let my secrets slip. I only let them see what I want them to see. Know when to zip my lip. I reach behind the lighted aisle, your hand upon my knee. You fooled me once, but not again. We're over a blackened sea. 600 miles of moonlight, watching the skyline, counting on the breaking dawn to ease my aching mind on this fly-by-night airline. This fly-by-night airline.
Thank you. I quite like that song. Sometimes you write a song and then it's kind of a struggle to play it. That song is really fun to play. Because I get to do this. And that just feels good. But anyway, back to being miserable. I hate the sun, I dig the rain, friends with the wind, under the threat of blowing snow. I call you up, let's have a party. I'm at my best when I'm miserable. Howling of dogs, wailing of babies, breaking of bottles, that's music to my ears. I'm going deaf, a ringy-dingy. I hear the angels when I'm miserable. Miserable, miserable. Come watch me wiggle while I'm hanging on the cross of my own making. My heart's breaking. Unless I'm miserable, write you a song, paint you a picture, I'll clean your carpet to get across the gaping maw. I'll bite your hand, I'll leave you breathless. Have fun tonight, because we're miserable. I told her pappy I'd make her happy. She told my mama she would make her house a home. The cats are fighting, mosquitoes biting. We rock the cradle and we're miserable. Miserable, miserable. Come watch me wiggle while I'm hanging on the cross of my own making. My heart's
Go to London, visit the tower, write you a sonnet before they chop off my head. Scratch our initials into the mortar. Love is eternal when you're miserable. Yeah, miserable, miserable. Come watch me wiggle while I'm hanging on a cross of my own making. My heart's breaking. I just ain't happy unless I'm miserable. Miserable, miserable. I'll get to watching while I'm hanging on a cross of my own making. My heart's breaking. I just ain't happy unless I'm miserable. Miserable, miserable. Boo, boo, boo.
Hi, how are you? I'm good. I'm still singing in the St. Pat's choir, by the way.
So we are very lucky tonight to have a bunch about the back table there, a bunch of drunks from a bunch of administrators and staff from Northwest Missouri State University, University of Northwest Missouri, whatever the hell it's called these days. Anyway, glad you guys are here. One year ago, day before yesterday, I played a concert and did an art show up at my alma mater at Northwest in Maryville, and it was one of the most important gigs I've ever done in my life. I really wanted to be good. and I've talked about it a little bit last year after I did it, that it was so much like getting in a time machine, because Maryville, it hasn't changed that much. And you know, being an art major, I spent a whole lot of time in the art building, and it's a big kind of round building that half of it's the music side and half of it is the visual art side. So you can imagine where I stayed, you know. I was just like in that building I spent the night in that building before. And you walk in the front door and everything's just the same. I mean, I realize they've changed little things about it, but for the most part, I just felt like I had stepped out of a time machine and I'm like right back in 1978 again. It was just wonderful because it was such a connect the dots kind of moment for me. It's like, oh yeah, here's where I really got serious about music, and here's where I really got, you know, the world of art opened up to me, and I realized, you know, that just drawing like a camera was not enough. I needed to find other things, and it was really important to me. And getting to go back and play in the really nice auditorium, meeting Sam and I and his wife Andrea and my wife Michelle, we just kind of like, oh, we've known each other forever. It was just one of the best experiences, and it was also it just reminded me of when I started really writing songs that I was trying to be real. So I wrote this song in Maryville, and it's appropriate for this season.
Like a ghost through the college town. The seconds ticked with sidewalk heels, setting an autumn song. And all her words came back to me as I passed the noisy armory. A local band played symphonies based on an autumn song. The August evening. And oh, she woke me like September dawn. But now I walk the streets alone, and I glance at the public telephones. I wonder if she'd be at home, or if I have a dime. She once said a prayer for me, for innocence and honesty, that all our steps eventually would lead to the other's door. September dawn. And though the miles remain the same, the time between has grown pains. It won't be long till she forgets my name, lost in an autumn song.
Thank you, Northwest at Maryville, and all you good people that keep it running up there. You know, as we've been in these dark political times, I've really tried to make an effort to write songs that address these dark political times, but I've tried to make these songs be like a little engine of positive energy, to where it's like, oh yeah, let's just keep this engine moving forward. We will get through this.
Winter came and it would not leave, killed the garden, froze the trees, turned the river to a street of stone, starved my family down to the bone. Gotta rise up, face the wind, plant the seeds of hope again, find the song that we all can sing till the seasons bring the American spring. Old Jack Frost, he lost his mind, thought he had it made this time. Changed the law with an icy hand, but the laws of nature had other plans. Gotta rise up, face the truth as the chickens come home to roost. Realize that you all got played by devils who would be king. Come American spring. Down on the farm, it's butchering day. People gotta eat, people gotta say, enough is enough. Save our land, feed our children, let us stand and rise up. Burn the fields, let those ashes increase the yield. Don't the fires of freedom sting, storm and lightning will bring the American spring. come for a year or two, but I believe when the bill comes due, they'll be whimpering by a coward's stone. Was it worth the division you've sown, and the fear you've sown, and the hatred you've sown? But you should have known we'd rise up, all join hands, circle around this troubled land, do a dance on the tyrant's grave as we gather to save and sing and bring the American spring. Here it comes, American spring. My people came from Sugar Tree. I took the back roads from Waverly, read the names in the cemetery, wondered who they were and are to me, and why they're calling me to Sugar Tree. Our people came from Sugar Tree, left Pennsylvania mid-century, sailed across that inland sea, sat right here on the banks of Walkenhorst Creek, saw the floods and the blizzard so deep, but things grow in Sugar Tree. Our people came from Sugar Tree, break the sod and plant the seed, tend the farm and the family, build the barn and the hatchery, plow the road that leads to me, leading me back to Sugar Tree. All of our history becomes fiction eventually, flat on the page of a book you keep on a shelf in your memory, forgotten and indelibly, shading all you do and all you see. Maybe someday you will wonder about me as you read my name in Sugar Tree. Going back to Sugar Tree. take me back to Sugar Tree. Things grow in Sugar Tree.
So, Sugar Tree is a township over by Carrollton, Missouri, off of part of Carroll County. And I actually got to play that song in Carrollton a couple years ago. And when I was done, this guy who actually lives in that area, he came up and he goes, "There never was a hatchery in Sugar Tree." Sorry, man, artistic license. But here's another story from that area. I haven't played this song in a long time. For all you regulars who come out, you know, I actually practice each week before I play because I have so many songs that I forget, I can forget them easily, and I'm old, so I usually practice all my songs, and things have gotten real busy around our house with this Rainmakers thing coming up and all that, and I made my song list, and I didn't get to practice it. But I'm not chickening out. I'm going to go ahead and play a song I haven't played in a long time. And I'll see if I don't mess it up. But it's another story from over around Carroll, Ray County over there, that, we had a big flood in 1993 where you could actually get in a boat in Norburn, Missouri, and stay in that boat all the way to Kansas City. And just kind of drive wherever you wanted to. It's like the whole thing was water. But the old timers will tell you the big flood. Oh, that ain't nothing, the big flood, boys. That was 51. 51, the big flood. And so I was, talking to some of the old timers around Norburn, Hardin, that area right there, and they told me this story that was just kind of unbelievable. Because, really everybody in that area has known each other forever. They've gone to school together. They've married into each other's families. But when the flood came, things got just a little weird. And so I decided that it needed to be put into a song, and this is called "We Walk the Levee."
In the 51 flood, the river got mean. The levee broke at a town upstream. Up on our land where the county lines meet, caught a couple of their boys with some TNT. Something had to give, and it gave down there. My thoughts are with you, but my family's here. It was you this time, it was us before. Nothing's fair in flood and war. And blood's thicker than water, but thin and cold in the flood. The mud and the guilt and the gun get heavy. We do what we gotta, we walk the levee. My sister's married brothers from the neighboring town. My cousin and his boy farm his father's ground. I'm a Christian man with a Bible and a gun, just praying to God, ain't gotta shoot no one. And blood's thicker than water, but thin and cold in the flood. The mud and the guilt and the gun get heavy. We do gotta, we walk the levee. Now I'm just a man protecting his home. Why do I feel like a dog out killing his own? Itchy on the trigger, quick on the draw, shine the flashlight in the face of a 12-year-old kid that started crying for his mom. I said, boy, get on home. I saw him in church on Sunday, heard the minister speak about Noah and the ark and the other cheek, and Jesus' love and Judas' kiss. I'll think of that tonight on the graveyard shift. And blood's thicker than water, but thin and cold in the flood. The mud and the guilt and the gun get heavy. We do what we gotta, we walk the levee. Blood's thicker than water, and thin and cold in the flood. The mud and the guilt and the gun get heavy. We do what we gotta, we walk the levee. Yes, we do what we gotta, we walk the levee. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Another thing I try to do, every 6 months or something, is change my guitar strings. And I was going to do that today too, and that didn't happen either. So if I break a string, it's my own damn fault. So how about another Una song? You want to hear another Una song? Una wrote this song when she was 15 years old, before she had ever traveled around this country. And she just imagined what would that feel like? And that little 15-year-old brain of hers, which we always knew since she was born that she was an old soul. She really got this feeling of what it's like to see this big, beautiful, crazy country. I am a traveler. I've forgotten what I'm seeking, but it probably doesn't matter anyway. And I've seen the ocean. She held me in her arms, and I fell asleep to her holy sway. Oh, the beat of my heart is steady. That's the only compass I'll need. I'm getting ready. I'm just waiting to end up where I'm meant to be. And I met the desert. He was an old man, all dried up his
his mind had gone astray. And I've walked through those canyons with loneliness in my heart. Their emptiness slowly drove me away. The beat of my heart is steady. That's the only compass I'll need. I'm getting ready. I'm just waiting to end up where I'm meant to be. I've slept in the sand dunes, I've kissed those mountain peaks. I haven't seen God, but I've seen beauty in these trees. I've danced in the rivers, I've made those valleys yearn, and I don't care what's above, long as I can feel this planet turn. Oh, the beat of my heart is steady, and that's the only compass I will need. I'm getting ready. I'm just waiting to end up where I'm meant to be.
A damn fine song. All right. I always tell Una when I play one or two of her songs in a set, she always tells me where to send the royalties. What if I hadn't walked down those stairs? And what if you hadn't been working there? Life can turn on a dime. Do your best not to blink, lest you miss your exit sign. But that's not what occurred. You were there, and I was angry enough to just not care. If you finally said no to my face, at least then I'd know why my life was such a waste. Life can turn like a gem, catching the light, cutting the night, come blinding. Here it came, everything changed. No one noticed a thing, but for you and me, our whole world tilted immeasurably. Did you know? Could you see how much work
this was gonna be. Hear the rumbling beneath the floor. Sometimes love sings, but more often it roars. Life can turn like a spool. Let go of the rope. Forget about your list of rules. Forget about it. Life can turn on a dime. Do your best not to blink, lest you miss your exit sign. Glad I didn't miss mine. No, I didn't. No.
So I've told you that I play at a couple of nursing homes here in town, and sometimes I play like every week. And so I try to have a bunch of songs so I'm not repeating myself. So I got a different set list each time I go. I also try to do that here, even though I only play every other week. I try to make sure, okay, yeah, I played that one last week, so what didn't I play? So I try to have a list where I don't repeat songs. And I did play this song 3 weeks ago, because it's been 3 weeks since we got together, right? But I played this 3 weeks ago, and I didn't have it on the song list for tonight, but it's not often that I can play a song and the songwriter is in the audience.
Blue-winged angel, carry me home. Blue-winged angel, carry me home. Born into this world all alone, flesh and blood, skin and bones. A red rose crushed before it's grown. I carry no one's cross but my own. You walk into a house all alone, crawl into a bed cold as stone. You don't see a damn thing till it's shown. I carry no one's cross but my own. Pale horse, it carries no riders. The setting sun gets no brighter. 1 ton don't get no lighter, Lord. I carry no one's cross but my own. You're Lord, into the grave all alone. Face your sins and atone. A cell door slams and a freight train moans. I'll carry no one's cross but my own. That pale horse, it carries no riders. The setting sun gets no brighter. 1 ton don't get no lighter, Lord. I'll carry no one's cross but my own. I'll carry no one's cross but my own. I'll carry no one's cross. Blue-winged angel, carry me home. Blue-winged angel, carry me home. Carry me home.
Written by my friend John Northern, sitting right here. Stand up and wave, John. I gotta put a new battery in my pacemaker here. And I gotta hurry. So, you know, there's this Mark Twain story called Captain Stormfield's Visit to Heaven. Just one of my favorite Mark Twain stories. And it's this old riverboat captain who gets to go to heaven, and he's got all these expectations of how it's going to be, and of course, it's a little different than what he thought it was going to be. And anyway, there's a parade. There's a parade in heaven. And the captain's looking around. He's trying to figure out what's going on with this parade. And one of the angels tells him, well, it's a parade for the greatest poet of all time. And he's looking, trying to see who it is. And he says, well, is it Shakespeare? No, not. Is it King David? No, it's not King David. Who is it? And the angel says, well, it's this butcher from Boston who never wrote a poem in his life. But he had the heart to do it. And I always think of John like that. Although John, he did write his poems. John is one of my favorite songwriters. My thing died here. I'm trying to figure out why. But I'll tell you the story of how I met John, how I became aware of his wonderful songs. I actually did have a real job one time. I bought these cheap-ass IKEA batteries that oh, there's supposed to be 9 volts. There's 6 volts. No, they're not. Wish me better luck on this one. But anyway, I worked downtown at this video place, and it was right around the corner from YJ's Snack Bar. Did you ever go to YJ's Snack Bar? It was a great place. And so I would go down there on my break because I worked as a video editor. I actually had a real job. And I would go down there and I would sit outside just to be outside for a while. And there was music playing over this speaker right over my head. And I usually can kind of filter that stuff out. I usually just don't pay much attention. I've heard too much goddamn music. But this voice is coming over the speakers, and it's got my attention. And I'm thinking, what is this? Is this something? Is this some lost tape of the love child of Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash, and Roy Orbison too? But it's not like anything I've ever heard. And what is this song that he's singing? And it was a song about Kafka, a song about the Kafka tree. And I thought, I've never heard anything quite like this. Okay, I need a battery. So I go in to the to YJ's snack bar, and I said, "What is this? What is this you're playing over these speakers? Is this some weird lost tape?" And they said, "Oh no, it's our friend John Northern. Comes around here every once in a while, and he makes these CDs at home, and he leaves some CDs here for us to try to sell for him." And I said, "Well, give me one of them CDs." So I got one of his CDs, and at that time we had a clock radio that was a CD player. And it was one of those clock radios that, all right, it's working again. It was one of those clock radios that you set the time, and then instead of an alarm going off, the CD would start playing. So for a full year, every morning at 6 o'clock, there'd be John's voice singing, "High in the branches of the Kafka tree." And I would wake up to that for months and months and months on end. It was a beautiful way to wake up, John. Give me a minute here. I just got to plug in a couple things. Okay, hold your ears. This is going to make a noise. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay, hold your ears. This is going to make a noise. That wasn't too bad either. Okay, hold your ears. This is going to make a noise. Okay, we're back in business. But finally I decided that I needed to meet this guy. And I can't even remember how I finally got a hold of you, John. But it was set up that John was going to come down to the old record bar, and I was finally going to get to meet this mysterious poet-singer that just had blown my mind with his songs. And so when John came in, much to his surprise, Jeff and Norm and I had already learned that song, "No One's Cross But My Own," and we played it for him. I hope it made you happy. John and I have done a couple gigs together, and it's just really a nice surprise to see you. Even though when I walked up, I didn't even recognize him because he's grown out his winter beard a few months early. Okay. What was I doing? I was playing a show, that's what I was doing.
Ask a silly question, you just might get the truth. It's there between the ditches in the ruts. It's braille hieroglyphics, I'm callous to the touch. You ask me if I'm happy, guess I'm happy enough. God is like the French, he understands English, but he doesn't like to speak it lest he must. You ask him to repeat himself, he'll grind you into dust. Do you need to hear more? No, I think I've heard enough. You ask me if I'm happy, guess I'm happy enough. The objects in the mirror are closer than they seem, but they're backwards like Leonardo's hand. He wrote all of the answers down in disappearing ink, and I'm happy, yes, I'm happy as a goddamn clam. I'm happy, oh, I'm happy enough. There's music at the mini mart, there's rhythm in the rails. I got a thing for 16 notes, rat-ta-ta. Just about to crack it, but the code got tough. You ask me if I'm happy, guess I'm happy enough. Da-da-da, dash, da-da-da. I was digging through my bottom drawer of uncut gems, looking for a ruby in the rough. Hold my beer while I wrestle with this clown and get pinned. You ask me if I'm happy, guess I'm happy enough. guess I'm happy enough. We were doodling in the margins of the Domesday Book. You could draw a dick but not a crowd. So we turned it up loud and we sang it real rough. But did it make us happy? Made us happy enough. I guess it made us happy enough. Hey, love is all around you if you know where to look. My life is overflowing with the stuff. You'll know it when you see it, it'll hit you like a book. But I guess it made me happy. Oh, ask me if I'm happy. I'm happy enough. I'm happy enough. Scared.
You know, scat has a couple different meanings, too. I am one kind of scat singer. Okay, I need my composure for this one. Excuse me.
Life can break your heart, leaving shards of shattered faith. There's a feather edge in the dark that divides your night and day. And we're standing here in the light and shadow of another day, and we disappear in the light and shadow of the lives we made. In the ocean of our thoughts, there's a shipwreck on the reef. We put all our notes in a single bottle, hurl it in the sea, and we're waiting here in the light and shadow on the course we take, far away from here in the light and shadow of the plans we made. Love can change your heart, ever old and ever new. When we see beyond all our own small business, wonder waits for you. and we're waiting here in the light and shadow of another day and another year in the light and shadow of the love we made, and we disappear in the light and shadow of the lives we made, and we disappear in the light and shadow of the love we made, and we disappear in the light and shadow, disappear in the light and shadow, disappear in the light and shadow, disappear in the light and shadow.
Well, your friend and mine, Rosie, the hairdresser to the stars. She wanted to be here tonight, but she's not feeling well. But she's watching. Hi, Rosie. Everybody say hi, Rosie. Wish you could be here, but she had a request that she sent in. Of course, it wasn't one of my songs, but... I love playing covers, I really do. I spent many, many years playing covers, but I'm always glad when somebody requests one. It gives me an excuse to play a cover.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. Oh. No is the saddest experience you'll ever know. Yes, it's the saddest experience you'll ever know. Because one is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever know. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. It's just no good anymore since you went away. Now I spend my time just making rhymes of yesterday. Because one is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever know. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number. One one is a number divided by two.
Get well soon, Rosie. Certainly by December 14th, okay?
She has a ticket.
I'm rocking on to no abandoned, a little town to make my home. Cross 7 wells and the haunted canyon to the cooling plains where my heart roams. This is the path that I am taking through the folded fields of sleep, in my dreams and in my waking. No abandon is where I'll keep. I'll settle down in no abandon. After years of running hard, I will lay down my youth's illusions. I will surrender pride's rewards. Out in the yard, white shirts are blowing on a line stretched in between where I've been and where I'm going. No abandon waits for me. Yeah. My life has been a mad equation, trying to make the four ends meet. Oh, sex and love, imagination, a quiet burn, a constant heat. I'm in the kitchen of creation, rattling the pots and pans, cooking up no expectations, no abandon, make no plans. Oh, I'm rocking on to no abandon, where I've never been before. Strangely new and strangely familiar. Life's forever being born. Just one more look over my shoulder. See me coming around the bend. I don't look 1 second older. No abandon circles in. I'm rocking on to no abandon. All right. Oh my, I don't know, I got no idea. When my friends look at me, I wonder who they think they're seeing. Search me, layer by layer, but inside I'm afraid you'll find thin air. Hey, yes, guess again who we might be underneath this skin. What makes me tick? How should I know? I've been trained like a monkey. The bell rings and I start to jones like a junkie. What turns me on? I wish I knew. Wish I could tell the real thing. My honest desire from my conditioning. Touch me now, now touch me again. I wanna feel something real coming through this skin. With my shadow, winded and tagged, I can't punch my way out of a paper bag. It's as thick as you think, thin as the reasoning you bought. I'm a mummy wrapped in a gauze of my own thoughts, and I want to know who I'd be if I never had bathed in the static, the snow, and the radio wave, the flickering image, the pondering thought that's been passed off and on to be the blueprint of God. Hey, yes, guess again how we might be if we could shed this, if we could shed this skin. Never been one to look back, trying to cover my tracks, to regret or undo what I've done. Now's not the time to begin. Soles of my boots wearing thin, ball of string, map the moon and the sun. How do you measure a life? Is it by friends, family ties, or the work that you do every day? Or by the stranger whose path, crossing with yours, found you left something shining behind in your way? Stay ahead of the wolves, step in the light, keep on moving, put up a fight. If you must, say no to gravity's pull. Stay ahead of the wolves in your heart when someone you love rips apart everything that you hold to believe is unconditional love, something you only talk of. So much harder to live than to leave, so much harder to give than receive. say no to gravity's pull. Stay ahead of the wolves. La da 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 da. Oh, 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 la 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 la. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Oh, stay ahead of the wolves. Step in the light. Keep on moving. Put up a fight. If you must say no to gravity's pull. Stay ahead of the wolves.
So I told you that 1 year ago this week, I was playing up in Maryville. And 2 years ago this week, it's really weird when you put out a record, you know, and I put out a record and a book that went with it. And it's always nice to say, in my most recent CD. And then it's like, well, 6 months later, well, my most recent CD from 6 months ago. And then pretty soon it's a year ago. And now it's 2 years ago. But I'm working on a new one. No, don't get your hopes up. It's going to be a year yet. It'll be another year. Because I don't want to just put like 10 or 12 songs on a CD. I want to put 22 songs on a CD. But then the problem is, who the fuck buys CDs anymore? Our crowd, that's who. As Tennessee Ernie Ford said, bless your little pea-picking hearts. But the name of my last album, my most recent, my most current, it was this album was basically me pretending to be in every band that I wanted to ever be in. Because I do love music. And I've been really, really fortunate that I've gotten to play it this long and play with some really good people, really, really good guys. And that's part of the reason that we're doing this Rainmakers thing. I miss those guys. So if you want to know all the music I love, all the music that has shaped me into who I am today, buy my damn CD. Here's the title track. I was born on the wings of a song. The west winds, they carried me along. Places I never dreamed I'd see. That's my version of the story. Never believed half the things I was told. Never occurred that we'd ever grow old. I found a door and a skeleton key. That's my version of the story. There's a part right near the middle. I hug the truth. Just a little. I change the faces, I change the names. Got no one to thank, got no one to blame. We learned the songs that our daddy sang. What they say ain't always what they mean. Black and white and every gray between. That's my version of the story. Ooh, there's a part right near the end
Forget about all the might have beens. You made your bed, now sleep in it. Sweet dreams down deep in it. We were born on the curve of the day. We think too much, we wish it all away. Here and now is where I'll be, telling my version of the story. My version of the story. My version of the story. Ooh.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Christian, do you ever have one of those times where you're trying to tune your guitar and finally you just say, oh, it's close enough? I was singing my song when nobody was listening. I'll still be singing when the wind comes whistling. Standing with my trumpet on the bridge by the river bend. I was blowing real blue on an indigo wind. I never was much on syncopation. I stutter in the art of conversation. I fall between the cracks and the beats and the synonyms. And I dangle in my tangled up thoughts on an indigo wind. Yeah. I'm in love with a woman that I do not deserve. I very nearly blew it, nearly lost my nerve, but I didn't and I wouldn't and I couldn't ever leave her again. And we'll be gone by dawn on an indigo wind. I get lost in my thoughts, I'm barely in the room. A million scraps of paper and an old corn broom, trying to gather my ideas into something I can comprehend. But they blow away to Wichita on an indigo wind. They blow away. Busted up mirror, I'm a real good looker. A cool cucumber in a steaming pressure cooker. Somebody's got to answer, got to blow, something's got to give. And I'll be thinking retribution on a indigo wind. Yeah, life is a dust bowl you're not expecting. You're down in your hidey hole, seeking protection, stuffing newspapers into cracks where the light gets in.
cellar, it's a calm, clear day. Somebody should tell her that it all blows away. On an indigo wind.
All right. Everybody got a beer? It's time for a tear in the beer. Remember that classic country song, I got tears in my ears from lying on my back in my bed while I cry over you. And there's the other one, the other classic country song, if I had known that you had wanted to have went with me, I'd have seen that you'd have got to get to go. That was on Fernwood. I just love that title. And then they actually sang the song. All right, let's cry one.
All the songs I sing are sad ones. Expectations of me are all bad ones. I couldn't have less to live up to if I tried. Explanation, I can't report one. My obituary will be a short one. He played guitar till the day he died. And all I wanna do is sing a few songs of aching love and a couple of old hymns for the folks back home. And the last chance for a last dance with your one true love here on my broken radio. Oh, oh. All my memories aren't good ones. Coulda, shoulda, woulda ones. But in there's a couple that I wouldn't trade. Like the night when I first met her, would I forget her or regret her? Ask them ghosts dancing on my grave. And all I wanna do is sing a few songs of aching love and a fast one for the youngsters that I know. And a last chance for a last dance with your one true love here on my broken radio. Here on my broken radio.
All right, this next one's a big hit at the nursing home. because it's a story that they related to. Because I tell them a story about how me and my family, back when I was in junior high and high school, we delivered the Kansas City newspaper. And back in those days, there was so much news, it took 2 newspapers a day to carry it all. A big green truck would show up in Norburn, Missouri at 3 o'clock in the morning. And there were these bundles of newspapers. They were like flat, like they were folded once, and there was like, I don't know, 50 newspapers in a bundle, and all those bundles of newspapers weighed a lot. And we had about 400 newspapers to deliver. The town of Norburn and the town of Bremer. Bremer! Nobody from Bremer, okay. And all the countryside in between, including Stett and Rockingham and Rhodes. That's the name of the town, Rhodes. And that's all that's there is Rhodes. And then at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that big green truck would pull up again. The driver's name was Pete. Pete would get out, help us unload all those bundles of newspapers for the afternoon paper. The afternoon paper, which is now the morning paper, was called the Kansas City Star. That's what I are. You're the little lady. You ought to see my car. But the morning newspaper was the Kansas City Times. And it had a really nice font, kind of an old English brush type of font that they used for that headline. I just loved seeing that every time because I knew it was a new day. So get in the car. Boy, I said get in the car. I realize it's 3:30 in the fucking morning, but get in the car. Wake up now, you got newspapers to roll. My dad never said a harsh word to me. He actually never did. And sometimes, after working at the grocery store all day, and then playing a gig with my band, and then getting up at 3:30 in the morning to roll the newspapers, there were times where I would just get in the car and fall asleep. And he would just let me. He was a good guy. Anyway, before I start crying, get in the car. We're going to deliver the Kansas City Times. 70 miles an hour down a gravel road. Crank down the wind to get the paper throwed. High on the banks, don't hit the flowers. Read all about it in the wee hours. We're front page news, we're the big headlines. We're coming to your town, we're the Kansas City Times. I never read further than the fold in the page. Got to keep my eye on the temperature gauge. Steering with my knees, rolling with my hands. Thermos full of coffee and a lap full of rubber bands. Taking in the scenery and the scene of the crime. I'm the news of the world, I'm the Kansas City Times. Campy Cabanera stole the base last night. I'm stealing fire from the meteorites. Coming down around me like a heavenly dome. In 3 more hours I'll be heavenly home. Put the coffee on, Mabel. Marilyn Mays down at the Colony Steak, Belton Abel, Betty Miller are taking a break at the Playboy Club where I've never been and I never
snow plows. My big old Plymouth gets stuck every now and then. I get some farmer to tractor me out. Then I'm back on the road, running the route. Mull singing convention, I harmonize. Glory, hallelujah, I'm the Kansas City Times. Throw the Kansas City Times. Kansas City Times. On this foggy pane, I finger paint my name. Breathe a dying breath and watch it fade away. Love is all that ever lasts. Everything else is vapor. When my time is past, we will face it without fear. Proof that we were here. I build it to the sky, bathed it all in golden light, drowned it in sound, watched it all come tumbling down. Love is all that ever stands. Everything's built on shifting sand, sliding to the past. We will face it without fear. Proof that we were here. You can walk 100 miles, you can shake 1,000 hands, you can touch 1,000,000 lives and leave no fingerprints. Love is all there'll ever be. Everyone else is leaving. You are here with me. We will face it without fear. Proof that we were here.
So do y'all mind if I play a little bit late tonight? Just a little, just a few more songs. So anyway, we're right at the 2-hour mark. You feeling pretty good? Because when the Rainmakers play in December, we're going to do 3 hours. No opening act, it'll just be us, and we're going to come out and play 3 hours. Okay. What was I talking about?
Down Overland Hill, she was waiting there at the bottom for me with a big blank stare that was open to anything, legal or not. I fell in love with her right there on the spot. She kissed me soft for a minute or two, then we rolled down Overland Hill. Good night, Dan and Karen. She was blowing Salina, dust off a truck when she ran into me in a stretch of bum luck. It was more like dumb luck on my part when I jimmied the lock and broke into her heart. We hit the gas and the gravel flew, and we rolled down Overland Hill. Roll down the window, let the wind blow away all the things that you don't want to think about today. Tears don't roll uphill, they say, as we broke through the clouds and into the day. We got off the highway in some railroad town where we bounced a few checks and slammed a few down at the White Horse Motel. In an hourly room, she lay naked on the bed, watching cartoons in our rear view mirror. They were shaking the bill as the snow rolled in from Overland Hill. Oh yeah. We drove in spirals to who knows where. We figured we'd know when we finally got there. 40 miles from Manhattan, we ran out of gas. Spent the night shivering under an overpass. The way she looked in the murky vapor light, a sunflower nodding in the white Kansas night. I was a scarecrow trying to keep my head while she slept like she was home in her own bed. Every once in a while she would talk in her sleep, mumble some name unfamiliar to me. I guess in the morning I should have let it go, but I've never been one to leave well enough alone. Roll down the window, let the wind hit your face. You could have it all, just not all in one place. Sometimes things, oh, they work out good. Sometimes they don't, no matter how you wish they would. Tears don't roll uphill, they say, but over my shoulder I expect someday to hear a voice say, love, aren't you going my way? And she'll kiss me soft as the wind blows away all the things that we don't want to think about today. We'll roll down Overland Hill. Oh, down Overland Hill. Yeah, down Overland Hill.
Before I forget, I want to wish a happy birthday to my sister-in-law, Mary, and my nephew, Brennan, is here, and Brennan hasn't been here in a long time. Glad you guys are here, and hope you're having a happy birthday, Mary. And I hope you don't mind my terminology. So the Rainmakers, we put out an album in 1989 called The Good News and the Bad News. And this week has had a lot of good news. Yesterday was a damn good sign of things to come. You can feel that energy, that electricity. And, hey, the Rainmakers are going to play a concert. And now for the bad news. December 3rd is going to be my last Wednesday here. The reason for that being, I'm not joking, this is for real. The reason for that being is Michelle and I and our granddaughter Calico are moving to Lawrence. We have found out, all right. Thank you. It's been a while in the coming, but it's also happened really fast. We didn't, 2 weeks ago we were still looking in Kansas City. And then a week ago, we thought, let's look in Lawrence, and we found the house that's just right for us.
An eternity of Wednesday.
But that means that I don't want to make that drive from here to Lawrence in the dark.
Right.
So, but I'm talking to Mike already about putting together a Saturday or Sunday kind of early show. So I will be back here again. But I'll tell you, these Wednesdays have meant the world to me. We've been through a lot, We've been through a lot as a country, as individuals. We've each had many things happen in our lives, and we've been there for each other. And you all have been there for me as a friend and as an artist. And getting to play here is just it's like freedom, because I can kind of fuck around, do anything I want, really. And you always let me, and I try not to take that for granted, and I don't. But anyway, life changes, times change, but I am very, very grateful to the Westsider, to Mike and to Martin and to whoever else is back there tonight. It's been great playing here, and I will play you here again. We're just going to have to rearrange things a little bit. Yeah.
Truth is often hiding in plain sight. Proof of what's important, real and right. Clear away the clatter to see what really matters. Beside you and inside you all the time. Much obliged. Much obliged. I owe you more than you can realize. Forever in your debt, you're in my heart and mind. Standing on the porch, waving goodbye. Much obliged. Much obliged. You never had a lot, but then again, I dream of swing and yard and stars and wind and purple hollyhocks beside a gravel walk. I wish that I could talk with you again. Much obliged, oh, much obliged. I owe you more than you can realize. Forever in your debt, you're in my heart and mind. Standing on the porch, waving goodbye. Much obliged, oh, much obliged. So I guess I best be on my way. There's boulders I must roll and bills to pay. If I ever crest that hill, I hope you're waiting still to welcome me back home and let me stay and let me say, much obliged, much obliged. I owe you more than you'll ever realize. Forever in your debt, you're in my heart and mind, standing on the porch waving goodbye. Much obliged, oh, much obliged. Much obliged, everyone. But the night ain't over. Somewhere under this moon tonight, my lover is holding my shadow tight. She doesn't know my face or know my name, but she hears my melody all the same. And we move slow, dancing in her dreams. We've glanced on corners, we've passed on stairs, we've nodded on the narrows to who knows where. Crossed our paths in crowded streets. We've been so close, someday we'll meet when times are right and stars align. But till then we'll dance, let's dance on the width of a line where our heart beats hard, mind meets mind, and love's in the air. It could be ever aware. Someday we'll walk, let's walk on the edge of the world. Our bodies in balance, our dreams in the moon where love is the width of a line. Is there an ounce of a child left in her heart? Is there one last unnamed, untouched part? Can I fan those flames she's so scared of? Love her like she's never been loved. Is there a drop of a dream I can still believe? Can she mend my tear, weave my sleeve, wrap me in true colors proud, muffle my drum when it bangs so loud? Well, hear the drummer, let's dance, dance on the width of a line where our heart beats hard, mind meets mind, and love's in the air. It could be everywhere. Come on, let's walk on the edge of the world. Our bodies in balance, our dreams endure where love is the width of a line. Hey, 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 na na na. Hey, 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 na na She's sitting at home with the radio on to that mystery station that nobody owns. I'm plugged Wolfman love, and the lines are open. Come on, hey, come on, yeah, come on. Now let's dance on the width of a line where a heart beats hard, man meets mind, and love's in the air. Could be everywhere. Someday we'll walk, let's walk on the edge of the world. Our bodies in balance, our dreams endure. Love is the width of a line. So I got 2 more Wednesdays left here, and we got a Rainmaker show coming up, so party on. Thank you all for being here tonight. I have had a wonderful time. See you in a couple weeks.